I didn't hear it say recording in progress, so interesting. Hopefully it is. I mean, it says it is, but hopefully you can hear me. Okay, so I'm gonna go live on Facebook. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna go live. Maybe I should have something to say. I don't know if I want to just go in hot. I don't really have much on my frontal lobe. I'm just like, I'm here, I'm showing up. I don't really understand myself, what I'm doing, but I'm showing up. The structure, the trying, I don't know. It's like it doesn't come naturally to me to like put something together and be like, okay, everybody, welcome. Take a deep breath in. Let's all just come together as one, taking deep belly breaths. But, like as I fix my pants, you know? I'm like, I do feel this way and I do get into that. And that is something, ooh, there we go. That is something that I am, working with. Well, let's see. Let's play with this for a minute because here I am. This is a treatment room. I decided to hang out in tonight instead of the remembering room because this whole place is the remembering room. This whole space is the remembering room. Your place is the remembering room. My place is the remembering room. Like you in here is that's the remembering room. Now where's my phone? And see if anybody's coming on tonight. And maybe I will just go live on a freaking Facebook. Who cares? Here's my phone. I don't know where it went. Found it. Okay. The heat pump behind me is not ideal. Until it's much too late. Mm. Okay. Anybody coming on? Got 9 messages. I don't think any of these people are coming in. Um, Okay. So, okay, this will have to do. Coming on a few minutes late tonight. That's okay. That's okay. Because I'm meant to. who am I speaking to? What am I coming on to say? Do I have something to say? Or am I just being the silly goose? Okay, so I'm here to guide you, to, to guide you from the truth of who you are, to guide you to the truth of who you are, not from the truth of who you are. Why does it say from? Okay, so guide you to. So I wrote some notes. It dissolve limiting beliefs, holding space for you to see you. You know, like these are my Coles notes. You know, I always have, I have like a bazillion different notes that I make. And I have so much that I want to say, but I can't find the words. And I feel as though I need some help. And what I mean by that is I'm here to, like, I know that what I'm creating is something that can be potent for self-reflection. Like, I understand the capacity for people to, like, this is, here I am, not prepared, making things fall, trying to get set up. Like, it's 8:08 and I'm still not ready. And I'm still sitting here. Like, I didn't have time to, and I didn't put effort towards coming in here with some structure. But I'm showing up. And that's all I can do is just be like, hey, come on in. Because it's like I need to have a level of I need to like have a conversation with somebody. I can't just like come on here right at this point in time and be like, if you okay, if someone was to come on and be like, yo, like, okay, I'm having some like serious neck tension and you know, that's it. That's all they said. I'm just having some serious neck tension. I can take that and I can say, okay. Well, with the neck, you know, what part of the neck are we looking at? Are we looking at the upper traps? Are we looking at the, you know, the like back here more, like in between the shoulder blades? Are we looking at like the neck itself, like up in the front, the back, up into the occiput, into the back of the head? Um, you know, the neck, like, oh, my neck, this kind of neck, like side to side, you know? Um, because all these places represent different meridians that run into the channels that are connected to the organ. And just that in and of itself can tell a TCM practitioner like myself, like what the, yeah. So, okay. I think I could talk about that. So maybe we can. So, do I have the capacity to continue? Self-abandonment is the original possession, and remembrance is the care. All right. But so this is the first time I'm trying to go live from Zoom on Facebook. Not quite sure what's happening. I should probably turn maybe down. I wonder if there's going to be an echo. Greg. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's good to go, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna like leave it up to the divine, and if it's working, it's working, and if it's not, it's not. I hope there's no echo. I hope that I don't know, like, because I'm just not seeing. Okay, it's saying I'm live, but anyways, okay. So I can't see comments and things like that, so I'm just gonna be like, if it's on Facebook right now, I'm sorry if you're commenting. I can't see your comments, so let's just roll with it. I'm gonna be here until 9 o'clock or so, just showing up as my real authentic self in a sense of just being like, some of you might have noticed that I'm like launching this space, launching my therapeutic center in Eastern Canada, and also then this separate branch of that, which I've been calling the Remembering Room, just like sacred space, holding sacred circles, just like this kind of language, right? And just what it really all means, what it all comes down to is recognizing that there's just so much more than meets the eye when it comes to like what you can truly tap into for health and wellness. And it's like through my traditional Chinese medicine background and through, um, just educating myself on like my own body and my own like breath work and like internal, movement and yoga and qigong and obviously with massage therapy, and then the acupuncture and Chinese medicine. And then all of that coming together just kind of like gave me insight into like this path of life that is available for all of us. Like we all have uh, the access to greater relief and happiness, and I don't even know. It's this I fear that when I come on, that people might think I boast and that I'm like this, look at me and look at all, my fancy and stuff like that. And it's like that's what the fear is of putting myself out there in this way. But it's like I'm actually trying to show like what's possible by putting myself out into the world more, because we are living examples of one another, because we are one another. Like deeper than we won't even realize. We are one another. And when you really put those puzzle pieces together and understand that, like, you and I are not in competition, there's no such thing as competition, there's no such thing as, you know, separation. And we all have our place. And we all have something that lights us up. And even if it's the weirdest shit ever, you're like, my thing is really weird. Like, then that's perfect because the more weird, the better. Because you are weird because you're an individual, and so am I, and so is he, and so is she, and so are they. Everybody is their own individual self, and like that's what makes up the beauty of the whole thing is that we are individuals. So the weirder, the better, and the crazier, the better, and the more wild, the more I believe, the more wild. Like you want to give me the most expansive thoughts you have, like give me the stuff that like you would never tell anybody. Like because you're like, oh, this is too out there. You know what I mean? Like this is too much. No, I can't say that. I have no. That would be too much. Like that's what I wanna pull out in people because those are the things that like we need to tap into. Okay, so like for instance, my one of my like things that I've noticed about myself is like, you know, different ways through life. Like there's patterns. We are pattern people. Like we see patterns. That's what we are as pattern recognition machines, human beings. And like patterns is how we like have discovered everything. Like in Chinese medicine, like the root is like the guy that like um discovered like tasted how many herbs in order to make sure that like we weren't being poisoned or like can you imagine having to taste test like every herb and everything that grows in nature and like whatever to like see if you're going to be okay or not and how it's going to affect you and at what dosage and so yeah all that stuff so cool so like we're just living in this like wild time right now that we're like all of this information we sorry I just like totally transmission dropped. Holy gosh, I was on a roll there. What was I gonna say? This is what happens. Transmission dropped. Um, and this is why going live sucks because then I can't just be like, damn it, I made a mistake. I do need a sip of water and then I'll continue here anyways. And it is an hour. It's not like I have to be super like this is my show. And if you don't want to watch, don't watch. Welcome. Welcome to I'm trying to explain it, I guess, like give some insight as to like what I'm here to offer, represent, be. Like there's so many words, like there's like so much to expand on, and I'm a responder in human design, and I don't like I find that I'm very much I'm trying to invite you in. This is what this is all about. So the remembering room I get on a rant and I'm just like, and then I lose my train of thought. But the remembering room, what I'm here to do, what this is all about, it's all a matter of like really just honing in on the important things in life, recognizing that there's never it's never too late. Like the time is now and always and forever. And we have so much access and so much more that we aren't being told. So here we are into the most like expansive conversations, just really lighting each other up, holding each other up, expanding, like truly expanding, truly like holding space for people so that you can actually see yourself again and then hold that healing in your frequency in your essence and in your being and it will change everything. It will lighten your load like you would not believe. It's wild. So I invite you all into like not everything. Okay, wait, I gotta say something else. I feel like we all have something so cool to offer, and we all just need to like put ourselves out there in these like really uncomfortable ways, like what I'm doing right now. This is like just so uncomfortable, but I'm just like I have to just be here and just continue to put myself out there in order to show up for myself, but for you, but for us, and because we're all reflections of one another, blah 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 blah. But also because it's like there is so much um, potential in other realities that exist here and now. And how much access do you really want? Like, you have all of the freedom to create whatever it is that you desire. You just have to believe in yourself. There is so much potential in your field because I can see potential. Can you see potential in other people around you? Do you see people doing great things? Please tell me you do. Please say, yes, great people out there are doing wonderful things, and I see it. And I'm so grateful for that because it gives me the insight that like this exists and like I can have that too because every single one of us has exactly the same amount of potential in different ways. That's what makes the world, that's what why we're all so different because we're all equally like same power but different, right? Like it's all we're all on the same playing field in different ways, and that's what makes it work. And like, can we just like all get that already so that we can be like, okay, cool. So what lights you up? What's your weird thing? I was going to talk about my weird thing. There it is. So then the thing I was going to say is like all these signs come in to us through life, and through life we get told things through messages through our dreams. And this is what happened to me. I had a dream and it was very vivid, and I don't have vivid dreams very often. And this one was like, this is you like I woke up and was like, and I was able to recognize myself in the dream. So it was me in the dream like telling me something, and how I don't know how I knew that it was me, but I knew it was me. And I told myself what my soul name was. And I can't believe I'm like saying this right now, but excuse me. So, like, being told what my soul name is, I've had a lot of other messages coming through with names, and I'm like taking through as life goes along, like, do you ever notice like messages will come in like, oh yeah, back in like 2012, this happened. And then it was like, oh, and then this happened. And then now this happens. And like all of those times come together to form this, like, here you go, like, here's an answer to something, or, it's a puzzle that comes together. And so, like, the name thing for me, like, little bits coming in. And it's still in the progress. So, like, the story doesn't have an ending right now, but this is like, all what I'm talking about is like the extra conversations that we could be having about like things that are not the normal conversation. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I had this dream about my name, and like most people will be like, ah, okay, like whatever. I had a vivid dream too about like this, and like I'm not gonna go on the internet, Amy, and tell people and be like, oh, and then that comes together and it forms it. But yes, we are pattern seeking people. We are pattern making individual human. That's what human beings are. And once you put the patterns together, it's like, here you go. And like, so, and that is a gift to you. And only you know what those are. That's the thing. Like, we all have them. But only you know yours if you're actually paying attention. And we can pay attention and notice these things. Like, so notice the small things because I've noticed the reason why I'm bringing that as an example is like, I could always talk about the body, right? Like this is how it all started is like patterns with the body and, treatments and like seeing people come in with the same symptoms and the same complaints and like, and I could do like, each individual person is so subjective and unique and all that, but like there's still patterns, there's still going to be patterns and there's still going to be things that work for people, some people not for others, but like there are protocols for a reason because like people have studied this and have given us this insight and this wisdom and this ancient medicine in order for us to expand in and like share with the world. And this is what I'm here for. I'm here to show you, like, if you have anything that you want to bring forth, like, I'm here to like respond. So the remembering room is a place for you to come in and interact. And that's why I think it's not really catching too much because people are scared to be seen and scared to be on like what I'm do like it's hard, and you don't even have to have your camera on, and you don't have to have a big old, you can even type it, you can type things, you can send me an instant message and things like that. But this is where we're moving, and like I feel as though I can serve more people this way. It is a membership. It's $11. If you have any like questions to DM, like all it's just a membership of $11 a month. And there's yeah, there's some fun things like about how we can work on like small little things. Like I can't really explain actually. I'm really terrible. That's why it's all been unfolding on organically, and I'm just like allowing myself to just like roll with what's coming through. And that's why I'm not really super structured, and why I'm not really like, okay, people, here's the plan. Like I'm coming in here hot, and I have like, all my Coles notes, and I'm gonna be like, here we go. I got my shit together. Because I don't have my shit together, and I'm happy to say that. And it feels really good to just be like, I am an amateur. It's not gonna be perfect. Things are growing organically. So if you are, if you're here, I don't even know, because like I said, I can't see any comments or anything if anybody's here. But this is actually fantastic, because then I'm just like, I don't have to, although I'm a responder and here I am, I can't see the comments. I'm like, but at the same time, I just wanted to come on and just see if I could hold space without responding, hold some space without like making myself look too much like a silly goose. My throat's so dry. Thank you for bearing with me. If anybody's here, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if you're not, then I don't give a shit thing. Okay. I'm not set up great, but hey, so this is one of my treatment rooms. I love it so much. I love this space. It, this space in here. Oh my gosh. I am like, I, when I first came into this space, I was like, it's a hole in the wall. It'll do for now. You know what I mean? It literally was just like, uh, my gosh, I can't even remember the dimensions off the top of my head, but it was a one room. One room. It had a shared bathroom with the barber shop next door, which I'm in right now. And like, two doors on either side of each business, and access for his clients, my clients, to use the toilet. You just have to like lock the door from the inside. It was just like, oh man, you can't get more small town than that, and like, quaint, and just like, one of my clients once said to me, "Oh, Amy, it doesn't matter. I'd see you in a ditch." I was like, God love you. God love you. So, anyways, um, so 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 we're yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. Uh, I'm so blushing. Um, so yeah, we built this place, me and my partner, and the whole story is just epic, and I'm not gonna maybe get into the entirety of that, but going from that like one room with the shared bathroom with the barbershop next door, and like they were always just howling, laughing, and carrying on, and like I actually enjoyed that, because like laughter's the best medicine, right? So it wasn't like didn't phase me. I loved it. And yeah, the shared bathroom, maybe that wasn't like the most amazing thing, but we didn't have any serious events, so that was really good. Um, yeah, and so they decided to move out. They found a space that was bigger and better, and for them. And I was like, I never expected that. So I was like, amazing. So then anyway, my gosh, like to get us to be able to even get the money to be able to do this was like such a big deal. Like the whole story there is so like blow your socks off kind of story, and I will tell that one day, but I don't want to like cry, to be honest, because it's just like, you just it's these things in life that you just can't make up. Like you're just like, are you kidding me right now? So we managed to have like an angel investor kind of situation, and yeah, and then that ended up you know being just like a godsend, obviously, and we now, Justin and I in here every waking minute that we could, just working and working and built it into what it is. And he obviously did the majority of it. Most credit to him because he is phenomenal. And like, I'm just so blessed in all the ways with him in my life. And oh, geez, it's just like, this is the thing. It's like I'm gonna go on social media live on Facebook and talk about my life or whatever comes out comes out. And it's like if I go on there and then I end up start going on about my life and how wonderful it is and how amazing it, like, my business and this and I'm like all things are going great and everybody's out there going on and on about like the economy and the gas prices and Trump and fucking, it's just like, man, like how can I just go out there and just start going on about all my good stuff? Well, this is where we need the good. We need to hear the good. It's like, are you really seriously still watching the news? Like, has there been a good story on the news? Like, does that fill your soul? Do you feel good about watching the news? Like, is that something that that's just that this is where I'm like, I am not here to brag. I am not here to boast. I am not here to be like, I'm successful, bitches. Like, you can't have it. Like, everybody's struggling, and I'm here to just go on about all this. Like, no. And that's like another massive fear about, like showing up in this capacity. Like, and maybe that's why people aren't doing it. I'm like, why isn't anybody else going on and like, like this is such an asset. Like it's untapped ways of like communicating with each other in a sense and like being like, okay, what can I learn from you and what can you learn from me and how can we exchange, like we can really help, like we can come together and like help each other lift each other into collaborative connective momentum for liberation from this crazy ass freaking world that we're living in, you know? You had to play the game from the inside and just, you know, have fun while you're doing it. And also, um, but like recognize, that the world is not, excuse me, what it may seem, but it can be what it may seem to your eye. Like what is happening right now, right in front of you? What are you experiencing? Like, what is it? Like right here, right now, I am talking to a computer. As far as I know, I think I'm live. I don't know if I am, and if not, that's okay. I don't even care because I'm gonna still do this because it's recording on Zoom, and then I'll have it recorded and I can watch it back and laugh at myself and maybe be like, hey, I can use that, or maybe not. So like what is in front of me right now is this, and like what is in front of you right now is what, and like are you safe? Are you safe first and foremost? Safety first. Are you safe? Yes. Okay. Take a breath. Like, holy shit, do we even ask ourselves that? Like, when you're having like a moment where you're like, ask yourself, am I safe? You know what I mean? Like, am I in immediate danger right now? Like, is something immediately gonna like hurt me? No. Okay. Okay. So now, okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good to find myself and root myself. Anywho, I'm rambling. Transmission lost. I do this and it's embarrassing. Like, what the heck was I just talking about? Oh, short-term memory loss, I tell you, it's a real thing. It's kind of embarrassing, but I'm still here showing up because fuck it. Um, so anyway, what's doing in front of you? What are you doing in front of you? Being myself, being vulnerable. What are you doing? What's everybody else doing tonight? I wonder. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. every time, and oh my gosh, I'm sure that I this could be entertaining, right? Like this at least could be, and maybe there will be a good little nugget in there, here and there, In an hour might you might get one nugget. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe eventually a whole hour I'll have something just whoosh, and you'll be like, wow, and it'll be like, whoa, and we'll be like, yeah, and it'll be like cool. And oh yes. Oh, I remember what I was talking about. Came back on. Not bragging. Showing, just showing up as my authentic self. Being your authentic self and showing up and not bragging and just being like, hey, I'm doing well. Are you doing well? Fuck yes. That means that, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not talking well, like rich well. Like, this is where I'm not talking about riches. I'm talking about danger and safety. And then it's like, okay, and then now it's like, am I able to like pay my bills and like survive? That's where I was going with that. My gosh, I get off a topic. So yes, transmission back on. So the that's yeah. Sorry. Um, sorry, I just got a message. So I love you all, and I just want you all to know that ultimately just be yourself, show up in your true self, no matter how that looks. If people think you're bragging, fuck them. What people who. And I also think that it's a matter of like recognizing your worth and your power and every single human being has it. Every single one of us, no matter who you are, no matter what you might think, no matter how deranged you might think you are, how fucked up you might think you are, how fucked up you might have thought things you might have done. Like, I don't care. I don't care how bad other people you might think, how much guilt, how much shame, how much fear, how much worry, how much sadness, how much grief, how much loss, how much worry. I don't know if I already said that, I probably did. I don't like this is where it's like you can be held in that. That there are people that have the capacity to give you something that can set you free from every single trap that you are in. And I know that how that sounds, but I truly believe that there are people. And you know what? You know who it's not even like come to me because I have all the answers. It's like I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to tell you actually is the most important thing is like only you can do that for you. Like it's you seeing you. It's all about you seeing yourself. And the only way you can really see yourself sometimes is through other people who have seen themselves. So like I don't give a shit. I'm not trying to sell myself. I'm not trying. I'm not trying. All I want is for you to find your people that can do that for you. Like that is my greatest wish is that you find your people that can give you some reflection, like something that you can like really like hold on to. I don't know how to say any I don't know how to say it any other way, but like there's so much more excitement and fun and joy and like we can be tapping in to like things that you couldn't even fantasize about. you can't even dream up. You can't even if you tried, even like the most excited, happiest, most delicious, most nutritious, most just put you into the like like friggin' energy like that. Like you can't even understand what is available. That energy is real. I'm not making this up. God, I so yes, I've had some people come into the remembering room, and cheers to you, ladies and one gent. Thank you so much. And they've come in like they've come in over the last like since I started it. And what's that, like 6 months? Like I think we're pretty, I've been doing this for a minute. And I do have like some footage, but like I've recognized that people don't want to be seen, and that's perfect because totally fair, right? Like you can come in and be held and whatever and witness and whatever you needed in that moment, what they needed when they came in, they got and they didn't want to share. And I respect the shit out of that. And that's why I'm like, okay, it's like for me to be like, come in here and be like, it's time for you to come to stand up and like be seen. Like, who am I to say, like, that's the thing. That's not what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm inviting you to that if that's something you want. Like, is that something that excites you? Does it give you a little bit of a, ooh, maybe this could be fun? This could be something I could, And this is where I'm saying, like, I'm not gonna broadcast this stuff live on Facebook. I'm going to, um, I'm just gonna, do the Zoom call. So, like, if you want to come into the Zoom call, like if somebody came into the Zoom call tonight, clearly, look, here, like nobody came to the Zoom call, right? Because I'm here by myself. So like what I was gonna say is like I've had people come in like the first few months, people were coming in and then it just went a little quiet. So the last couple of ones, like Christina came on the last one, and then um, the last couple before that, nobody. And I showed up and I recorded it and I spoke to the abyss and I recorded it and I, took some snippets, but I was like, meh, like, I'm not here to just listen to my own self. I talk, like, I don't really care to listen to my own self talk, to be honest. Like, I just know that this path is the path that I'm meant to be on. And for whatever reason, I just like continue to put myself in this vulnerable place. And it's wild, but it's a ride and it's not even that big of a deal at the same time. It's like nothing and everything all at once. Um, so yeah, so I was talking about the girls coming in, and then my one gent, and that was awesome and it was amazing. And then like it got quiet and here I am. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna be live on Facebook in the remembering room if people come in, if someone comes in. And you're like, I don't want you to share anything, it won't get shared. So that's the beauty of this space is that you can come in, you can be witnessed with your camera off, you know what I mean? But like come in and like have a conversation for $11 a month every Thursday. And we can, whatever it is that you need to express, or if there's something that like, is coming through, like there's all sorts of different I love to draw, a little bit of tarot if that's something that you are interested in, but I also love to do um like um half of it being like the quiet hour, maybe like a guided meditation sometimes can happen in there. But then there's also just like the authentic room and the authentic space of what is happening, and there'll be some guided conversations and things like that. But ultimately, it's really just about you, you know, being able to. have a conversation that might give you some insight that you have been craving, like I was. And I've had so many unbelievable conversations. You have no idea. Oh my gosh, it's just been, I'm just like so grateful. I have so many beautiful people in my life, and I really hope that I wish and want that for all. But yeah, like ultimately, there are different levels of humans that are witnessing me, hopefully right now, if I'm alive. And the thing about it is like there's something for everybody, you know. It's not all the woo-woo stuff all the time, and that stuff is the best, but in my opinion. But there's like, you know, a lot of basic foundational things that when you hear it in the right way, you're like, okay, yeah, that's truth. I can feel that. And it might seem a little bit out there, but no. Like humanity's just not been told a lot of things that we should have been from the get-go. And they all come out with conversation. I'm not gonna come on here and just be like, you know, try to structure some sort of form of like secrets of the universe to you. You know what I mean? That's not what this is. Like this is, this is like very deep, like heart-led and heartfelt and emotional work. And like if you're not in a state of integrity, it's not for you. I'm not saying that you don't have integrity. I'm saying you're not in a state of integrity, and that is a different story, right? Um, but if that's something that interests you, even building your integrity and your stamina and your resilience and your willpower and all of these things can be spoken about and helped to empower and charge, because we are electrical beings and we do resonate frequencies that we can get powered up in all sorts of ways. And I think that for me, I get powered up in conversation, like deep contemplative conversations is what really lights me up. It's what really fuels my soul. And I feel like that is why I'm actually here. Like that is the true purpose of my showing up too. Like it's kind of greedy, but it's the truth. I'm like, I secretly am like, this is what my jam is. Like, what's your jam? Like, I think names, I have something about names for me, and also just like, yeah, I don't know. When I was little, I used to record myself, with like the rate, like I record, obviously, you'd wait for the top 10 or whatever, or Casey Kasem and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. And like the radio guys, and the tape cassettes and the freaking press and record and play at the same time. Like, oh, like that is just like nostalgia to the max for me, because that's, I'm 42. And the like recording and like pretending I'm like a radio person and like, oh man, I just like honestly, I might like that'd be a cool job but the radio's like, you know what I mean? This is the new radio. Facebook Live, the new radio. No, I'm just being silly, Millie. Oh gosh, but this is definitely more stimulating. And it's like I just there's so much fun to be had, peoples. Like, let's just have a good time. We came here to be like kids. We came here to be like children, childlike, like like we lose that. We came here to like have fun. We didn't come here for the 9 to 5 and you know, we really didn't. So let me show you how I can like through our conversation, through me being stimulated through what you may want to ask. You could be like, Amy, I got neck tension. That's it. Like what the hell is going on with my neck? And I'd be like, okay, well, perfect. Well, let's just do an example. Simple example. So yeah. And then I'm like, okay, well, like what part of your neck? Like this part of your neck, like here? because that's related to the gallbladder. Um, and the lungs is like right behind that back here. And then like, your occiput all back here, like you get the like all the tension up here, like can be coming from here. And a lot of the times that we find it is, right? Like there's there's a lot with that. But the gallbladder meridian and this point right here and back here, that's related both to gallbladder, the gallbladder meridian, like this channel that runs directly from the like this pathway di connects directly to the organ, right? And when we have a lot of anger, frustration, and resentment, we hold it right here in the shoulders and then up here, and it flares up when we have these emotions come in. And it's as simple as that. It's a simple, super simple explanation of why we tend to hold stress here and here. How, how, why, how easy is that? And, then it's like, okay, well, how deep do we want to go? Like I love going deep. I want you to go as deep as you feel comfortable going. And it's like, okay, well, like, think about the frustration. Are you in acute frustration, resentment, anger? Like what is happening right now, right here, right now in your life? This is happening now, so it probably is happening now, right? Just like you patterns. Like I was saying earlier, excuse me, us human beings are just that's what we do. We just find patterns and we trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. Human design, 5 lines. And boom, boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. And he knows it. So I hope this went live. Oh my gosh, if it didn't, it's okay though. It's not meant to be. And also, because I don't give a shit day, I'm sure that it was not what, anyways, I'm not gonna sit here and criticize, but I'm proud of myself for showing up. I'm still here. Like, again, it's all for everything's happening all for us, not to us. We're all really living in a reality where, like, duality is number one. Think about it. Like, people struggle so much when bad things happen. And it's like, but like, if it was all hunky-dory all the time, like, what would be the point? You know? Like, it's as simple as that. It's like, if your life was just peachy keen constantly, you had no problems, like, we secretly love the duality. We love the problems, some problems, it's a little problem here, a little problem there is good, little keeps things fresh. I don't know. There's something about having a little problem, just little problems. Um, so yeah, I'm all for recognizing, putting perspective on things and just being like, shit, man, like I'm in duality. So guess what? The equal and opposite of that is here for me. So because of that, I can recognize that now and be like, okay, this sucks right now, but guess what? The equal and opposite of that is available for me. So that means that the amazingness, however bad it is, the good is available equal to that. So get it, like wait for it. It's coming. It's coming. And a lot of people, you see that and people say, oh, you're going through hard times right now. Just wait. Some every time it's hard, you get a huge breakthrough afterwards. And it's so true. As soon as I was done dating, I met Justin. It's always the way. It's always the way, you know? And everything's orchestrated perfectly. and you don't have to do shit day. You just have to know when to make the choices and how, and how to listen. And that's what I empower people every time they come in here. It's like, listen, like, oh my gosh, like you aren't listening. You're not listening. Like, that's it. Like, you're not listening. Like, I'm saying listen because you're not listening, as in, like, to your body, right? Because, like, the body gives us so many signs and symptoms, and that will tell us what's going on. And all you need is basically an interpreter, which everybody has at their fingertips now, called dang the internet. And I was going to say others, but you know, I don't want to get into the topic right now. Um, but yeah, you know what I mean? We have access and abilities to really understand ourselves on deeper levels, and it's pretty awesome. But nothing is better than the human in interaction and collaboration and networking and marketing and loving each other. And you know what I mean? It's like, it's not even like, I know networking, I said, and marketing, stuff like that, but like, I throw those words out, but it's like, it's more like like divine union and like massive continuum energy and like ultimate universal expansive togetherness. I don't know, like let's go big. You know what I mean? Like we say networking. Oh, I'm just networking. Like, let's go bigger. So I'm I'm excited for the future. I think that we are going to move into some really like, I think what's coming is going to be just, I know what's coming. I say I think a lot and then I correct myself. I think this and I think that and then but then it's like I know everybody's kind of sitting with like, what the hell is happening? What is happening? Uh, I can sit here and laugh, but it's serious. It's serious to a lot of people, and I don't want to make jokes about things that are serious for people. But I'm here to lighten the load in the sense of being like, no, there is an availability here that is beyond anything that you could even freaking imagine. And I hope one day in the nearest future possible that we are all exposed to the ultimate divine truth and knowing of all that we desire to know and be and have. And I just wish that for all of us. And that is my message, and that's what I put out for all of us who, have these desires to expand in ways that seem weird and wacky and crazy and scary, and but in the best of ways, right? It's not even, it's like in the big scheme of things, it's a it's a flick on the it's a flick of a booger. Let's be super real. Oh, geez, the more authentic, the better. So bring your authentic self into the space already, everybody, because I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here to have a good time and but also like cry with you, scream with you, laugh with you, celebrate with you mostly though. We're here for all of the feels and all of the deals, and I am loving everything, everything that I get to have and do and be. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. So with that, I'm gonna say goodnight because I don't want to rant on too much, and it is time. And your time is valuable, my time is valuable, and we have only so much that needs to be said for one night. So this was a great start. I really am like, oh my goodness, is this actually live? I will know soon enough. Okay. Love to you all. And we'll be seeing you next Thursday. Who's coming in? Who has shit to say? Okay, love you guys. How do I stop? Stop recording.